One, two, three. Whenever you are, we can start.
It's already start?
Yeah, I mean it's recording.
Nice. We're looking good, right?
Yeah, I am looking good.
Okay, then same.
Hi, welcome back to. That was a weird hi, but welcome back to the channel Agriculture for the Rest of Us, and this is one of the videos in the series about rice. Yeah, it's about rice. Yeah,
Rice.
and I have my friend Carlos here from. Maybe it's nice that he introduces himself. Then I try to say things, but.
I can. My name is Carlos. I am also a student at Wageningen University, and I come from Mexico. I like cooking, and it just made sense that we should make a video about Mexican rice, no?
Yeah, it just made sense, and well, also for the playlist makes sense, and I'm really happy to have you here and try to find out how rice is eaten in Mexico. And so basically this is a channel about food from different parts of the world. Today we're going to look at Mexican rice. So I see this beautiful food in front of me. You're going to see the picture somewhere here, and I'm curious what it is.
Well, around the rice we needed something to put beside it. So this zucchini dish, prepared in the Mexican style, we call it calabacitas, which is just the name for zucchini. It's pretty nice, one of the best Mexican vegetarian dishes I could dare say, of the ones I can get the ingredients here. And the other is just beans with some sausage, to have something hearty besides the rice. Beans and rice is very common in Mexico, and perhaps we would have used back home some streaky bacon, but well, here we get Rockwurst, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Well, the rice is a little red.
I see that. I was curious about it. I mean,
The preparation has some tomatoes. And it's funny, I read a little bit about rice before coming, and apparently, of course, it was imported to Mexico when America was colonized, and we used to produce all the rice we consumed, but now I think like 90% is imported because it has fallen out of production in favor of maize and other crops. However, it's a very normal thing, and there's almost daily rice on the table at Mexican households, and this is the main way moms prepare it, the arroz rojo, which is just red rice.
yeah, this is quite red. Maybe it's nice to just start taking a bite and see what exactly, because I'm anticipating how it is. So it's a very different way of eating rice, I think so, because
It's very flavorful in
it's
comparison.
very flavorful. I have to say, I mean, even though I come from India also, I think so this is a very much more flavorful than some of the rice that we eat in India also. And usually you eat rice, you would say, in this manner with tomatoes and
It's the most common way in Mexico, and well, when we taste in the beginning, when we look at some of the Asian rice, for example, the one you get in Japan, that is a very elegant white pure rice, and then we taste it, and the reaction is opposite, like, oh, why is there no flavor at all in here? Because your mom always puts a lot of spices in the rice normally.
I think so that says a lot about Mexico also. Then as I would say, in India also we put some spices, but I think so we have a very different way of putting spices. Usually some cinnamon and some bay leaves in oil, and then we fry the rice for a few seconds or something, and we just add water in it if you want to make it a bit more flavorful, I guess. But I did not know that rice was for I guess I should have guessed that rice is more not as important as maize anymore for a lot of reasons, but that's interesting to know. That rice can also be flavorful. I think so for a lot of people, they wouldn't think that rice is flavorful in any way. For a lot of people, it's just putting it in the water and
Yeah.
eating it with something else, most likely. But I think so I could eat just this, even though we have these amazing accompaniments.
Things. Well, I was surprised when I came here to the Netherlands and I saw my roommates that they just boiled the rice in a lot of water, and when it was done, they strained it.
Yeah.
And I was like, ah, what's happening? What's that? Because of course we also boil it dry, and try to get like separated grains of rice. I barely succeeded. I think it's decent.
But I think so it's decent. I have maybe just now that we looked at and kind of got an idea that rice can be very different from different parts of the world. I think so this is one of the first videos where we also see that in each video we've seen different rices, but it just shows the variety that there you can find in one food across the world. But I'm curious now, and usually I ask that, and now that you've thought a bit about rice and that we spoke a bit about it and we are now eating it, like, do you think by thinking about it actively and talking about it, like some way rice, there is some, the next time you eat rice you feel a bit different, and yeah, whatever you feel like, or your perspective is changed about it?
Well, I'm also very used to eating it. As I did back home, I also here living as an international student almost always have some rice to complete my meals. But I'll perhaps keep it in the back of my head, like, oh, there's so many ways to prepare rice and I just make the same one all the time. I may experiment. You have to show us the Indian one.
Yeah, we'll be soon on our next video or something. So yeah, thanks for telling about us about the rice from Mexico, and especially this flavorful tomato rice. And I hope that this gives all of you who are watching also an idea that how food can be so diverse and so different from different parts of the world. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in another video. Thanks, Carlos, for joining us.
My pleasure.
See you. Bye.